Okay, so what I was saying is we want to get to the point that our daily method of operation, that DMO, is so ingrained in us, we don't even, it doesn't even take any energy to jump into the day. And so when I was kind of talking to Brenda, we were thinking about what is it that our team needs. I came across this quote and I thought, wow, this is a powerful quote. The successful people in your company aren't always motivated, but they're always consistent. And that's where if we've got a great system in place that we know exactly what we need to be doing on a daily basis, we waste no time, no energy in thinking, oh my goodness, what do I need to do today? Where do I start? Who do I talk to? What do I say? What do I give them? What do I do? We've been so consistent with our daily method of operation that it doesn't even matter if we're motivated that day or not. We just jump into our day and we get going. That's truly, when we look at successful people in our business, that's the point they've gotten to. They don't let anything hold them back. They don't waste any time because they've got systems in place to jump in and just get going. And so that's where we want to get to in 2022. And so you've seen this before. I'm sure you're on here saying, oh my gosh, Elaine, I've seen this before. You know what? 22 years in the business, guess what? I do the same thing I was doing 22 years ago. And these are the activities that we want our daily method of operation to swirl around, these 6 categories. Number 1 is product. Number 2 is follow-up, inviting, product invitation, follow-up, customer care, business invitations, partner care, and then personal development. Those 6 categories are what I was working on 22 years ago, and it's what I'm working on today as well, and I'm going to be focused on in 2022. And I want to challenge you guys to do the same. And so what if you started every week, every Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, early Monday morning, you sat down and said, who am I going to share my story with? And or invite to watch a video. We are a product-driven business. And so even 22 years in, you know, I make sure I'm qualified, my husband's qualified, and I've got 2 daughters who are qualified. But you know what? I'm still looking for more customers. And why is that? Customers will drop off from time to time. They'll turn into partners. They'll slow their order down. I'm always going to be, even 22 years in, building my customer base and inviting people to take a look at the product. So who am I going to talk to this week? Do you have your list of people you want to talk to about the product this week? Secondly, who did I talk to last week that I need to follow up and get the order? I'm thinking of 3 people right now who are ready to order, and I got to get back with them from last week just to get their information. So who did I share information with last week that I need to follow up with this week? You've heard it said time and time again, the fortune is in the follow-up. If we spend all of our time just talking to people, but we don't follow up, and as Carrie Vitiello always says, nail the sale or close the deal, we've just wasted a bunch of time. So who did you share with last week that you need to follow up with this week? Number 3, customer care. What customer do I need to connect with this week to see how they're doing, or to see what other products they might need? You know, it's that suggestive selling, that adding on. You know, we have We have Perform now. We have our Omegas. We have Complete. We have the Tower Garden. We've got so many things that we can add on to our current customers to make them a stronger customer, to make them fall in love even more with Juice Plus, as well as build our volume and our paychecks and provide even greater customer care just by connecting with them. Every time you connect with a customer, you just open the door to everybody who they know. And really, I've said this a lot, but when I look at where my customers come from, 47% of my customers come from referrals from my current customers. If I'm not calling my customers, I'm not getting those referrals. Now, I don't say, hey, can you give me a referral? But what do? I start talking to them about their friends, their family, their husband, their aunt, their uncle, their mom, their dad. Would you like me to send them some of our new Perform sample? Do they know about Juice Plus? How could I help them? And the more you talk to your customers, the more you're going to know what their needs are, and the more they're going to share their needs and the needs of people that they care about. Area number 4, business invite. So many times we're not afraid to talk about the product, but we really shy away when it comes to talking about the business. In 2022, this is going to be some of our training, is we want to get to the point that we can talk about Juice Plus and roll right into our business without blinking an eye and without anyone even noticing. Because if we're not talking about the business as much as the product, we're not going to get partners. So this week, who do you need to schedule time with this week to share our business opportunity with? Because customers are like addition and partners are like multiplication to our paycheck. Area number 5, partner care. If you've got people on your team, you've got people you should be talking to once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. The more, the better. The more times you talk to that partner, the better it is, because that's an indication they want this business. And you know what? If you brought them into the business, it's your responsibility to help them be successful. You want to lock arms with them at least till they get to sales coordinator. Do not let them go. You want them to get to the point that they're saying, okay, I got it. You don't need to tell me that. I got it. I'm going to do it. I got it. I'll do it. That you want to get them to the point that they're sick of hearing from you. That's the kind of partners we want to be. And I know at times we're like, oh, I don't want to drag people. But you know what? We never know when the timing's going to be right for them. But if I'm continually checking in, when the timing's right, they'll be ready to lock me and run. And then lastly, when's the last time you got on and looked at Juice Plus Insights? When's the last time you went to the Freedom Revolution, to your team Facebook page? When's the last time you listened to a video or a training call? I'm going to challenge us every single week that we're doing something to develop ourselves. What materials, videos, recordings, books, programs will I invest in order to develop and grow myself? I'm looking at Jelaine, so a thought came to mind. Jelaine was quick to send me a message over the weekend saying, hey, what book are we reading next? I just bought, I had mentioned Sharpen, and Jelaine bought Sharpen, and it's a great book. It's kind of leaning more toward a devotional book, so I don't know how much I'm going to pull into what we're doing here, but I love that about Jelaine. You know what that says? Jelaine's on top of it. Jelaine's working on herself. Are you working on yourselves? You know, I've got about 10 books here I'm in the middle of. One of my goals is to get them read and only do 1 or 2 books at a time. But you guys, these are the areas, if we want to triple our business, that triple effect in 2022, It's going to take talking to a lot of people about the product. It's going to take following up with every single person again and again and again and again. You know, it typically takes about 10 conversations for anybody to buy anything. Think about that. How many times have you followed up with someone 10 times? Most of the time we get tired after the first time, don't we? What if in 2022, we followed up 10 times and said, I'm not going to take them off my hot hands list until I've reached out to them 10 weeks in a row. And then customer care. What if you called every single customer, not a text, not an email, but literally called every single customer before their order went out? What do you think that would do to your referrals? And what if you invited as many people to look at the business as you did the product in 2022? And what if you reached out to every one of your partners every single week? How can I help? What do you need? Do you have your hot hands ready, list ready for the week? Do you need me to do a 3-way call? Can we do an event? Have you invited people to our January event? What if you were that close to your partners? What do you think? You think maybe their business would triple in 2022? And then lastly, what if you challenge yourself to read a chapter in a business book and a chapter in a health book every single day? What if we all took on that challenge? I bet our businesses would more than triple. All right, so you know my saying, we got to have a system. If we're going to ask ourselves these questions every week, we've got to make sure that we're going to track our progress. So simple, easy peasy, but 10 slots every week. Let's commit to printing this out every single week and filling it in. Do a little game plan. Who are 10 people or 5? Whatever's manageable, the more the better, but whatever's manageable. No, not what's manageable. Let me take that back. Whatever pushes you just a little to the point that it's like, ooh, like I loved earlier, Precious was like, I'm a little nervous. You know, I forget, she was telling about a partner that she was going to claim as somebody she was going to lock arms with. And I love that about Precious. One, that she was vulnerable, but also that she was like, I'm willing to push myself out of my comfort zone. So in each of these 6 areas, push yourself to the point that you feel it. You know, if it's a little uncomfortable, then it's right where you need to be. You don't want to stress yourself out, but you want to be uncomfortable. So how many people can I talk to this week about the product? And I want names on these. And here's what I'm going to ask us to do. What if we showed up every Monday with this list filled out? We have it filled out, and then we have checked off what we got done. Ouch. I have good intentions, but I can tell you what, if I got to submit to you this paper every week, I probably am going to do a whole lot better when I know someone's looking at it. Now, I'd love y'all's suggestions. So take a minute and put it in the chat section. Do we want to break up in groups of 3s and hold each other accountable with this form weekly? Do we want to do it on Voxer? Do we want to submit it into the chat section every Monday when we get on the call? Do we want to submit it to our upline NMD? What do you think would be most, and I hate to use this word, but this is what we're talking about. What's going to hold you accountable the most? Posting it for everyone to see on the Monday calls, being part of a group where you touch base via Voxer or email, or submitting it to your upline NMD. I don't know. I can't see, Brenda. Are people putting the answers in the chat? Wait a minute. You're on mute.
We have one so far.
Okay. I'd love for everyone on the call to go ahead and say, I hate to admit it, but here's what would hold me accountable the most. One-on-one, a group of 3, posting your picture of it, maybe on Voxer in our coaching chat, Zoom, or on here when you get on the Zoom or to your upline. Go ahead and put in there which one sounds the most scariest. That's what I want you to put. Which one would you hate to have to do? That's the ones you need to put in there. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to track it. I have a great system that I know who I talk to when I talk to them, but it's when I print this form out and I put pen to paper, that's when I actually make it happen. I hate to say it. And so that's what I want to see from you guys. So go ahead, please, everyone, put in the chat section on here what you think would hold you the most accountable. Okay, so let me show you here. If you're sitting here saying, okay, I want to do this, I want to triple my business, I want to grow, but I need some help. Let me give you some ideas. What about this? Hopefully everybody's seen this brand new offer that we have to give to people. New year, in the month of January, anybody who buys a quad gets 10% off. You think that would open the door of conversation for some people?
First time ever they've offered that.
First time ever. Absolutely. This is how I just got a quad this weekend, and I mentioned this. I said, why don't you get going again? It was a customer who dropped off years ago, and I saw her and told her about this. And she was like, just got a text this morning. I'm ready to go. What do I need to do? So there's
2 quads over the weekend because of
same
this.
thing because of this. Okay. So January is all about the quad. Let's get people going. What about, okay, this is an event. This is for you guys. This is an event, Jeff Roberti. Brenda, go ahead. You did such a good job earlier explaining what it is.
Well, this is at 3 o'clock today or 2 o'clock if you're on Central. This is a worldwide call with Simon Bowler, who is the global partner relations, and Jeff Roberti is on our team. In network marketing worldwide, the 2 people in the world that have made the most money in network marketing are both in the Juice Plus business. Jeff Roberti is the man, and Wendy Campbell is the woman. And he started out as a broke 19-year-old, literally with a payphone, putting in quarters to call customers. Isn't that right, Elaine?
Yep.
And he's smiling and dialing. And I'm so excited about this call. I'm sorry that it's blurry. That's the way it came out, but we'll put it on. But this is going to be a do not miss.
3 o'clock this afternoon. So if all possible, what a way to get yourself fired up for the new year.
Learn from the best. Mm-hmm.
Another opportunity here is Brenda is, back and doing a January shred for us. What a gift that is from her. When you've got all these people, we've got the quad opportunity. Wow, it marries nicely with inviting them right on into the shred. And so I'm going to invite you guys to the shred and to your team, as well as your customers. Get them on. This is a great opportunity to really solidify current customers and attract new customers.
And we've made it really fresh this time. There's hardly anything that we've done before. And we have almost 50 people already on. So that's exciting.
That's awesome. Another opportunity here is we've got our brand new Perform, you guys. What a great conversation starter. I have bought so much Perform. I have sent out so many samples for people. I probably got 20 people to follow up with this week of people I've sent this to. If you want a great opener to get talking to people about Juice Plus, send them a sample of our Perform. And then lastly, our Team Extreme event is going to be on January 25th. Several years ago, I did an event with NMD Rachel Smart, and together we're going to do a health and wealth event. So it's going to be about the product, and it's also going to be about the business, and it's going to be on Tuesday, January 25th at 8:30.
And this is for everybody. Everybody.
The best of
the best.
Everybody.
incredible.
Rachel Smart is an incredible presenter and so knowledgeable that I really think this event will be one that we want to load up and just blow out of the water.
And there is nobody in our business that is better at explaining the business, understanding it, and bringing it across to people in a kind and beautiful way than Elaine.
Well, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that shout out. And I'm excited to do this event. So, okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to really build and grow your business this week. And so don't miss out on this opportunity of building and growing your business.
Okay. And I've heard some